A woman, heavily pregnant with a cigarette in her hand, muttered to herself that she deserved what was coming. But in the next second she rushed to the bathroom, not even bothering to close the door fully before pulling down her pants. Her water had broken. She was in extreme pain, barely having any strength left. By the time her husband arrived, his wife was already lying in a pool of blood. Strangely, she had been hit by a car on the road. While the doctors were saved her, the husband urged them to save the baby first. George hadn't wanted things to turn out this way. At the time, he had clearly seen that the light was red, yet his wife had walked straight into oncoming traffic without a care. Even when the car was about to hit her, she made no attempt to get out of the way. In that moment, he realized she didn't want to have their child. Although she lost the baby, Amy wasn't sad at all. They hadn't discussed the incident since, and Amy had even initiated the divorce, going so far as to find a new wife for George. Their interactions didn't go smoothly. An enraged George threw a bottle at his most hated hanging lamp, scaring his new wife badly. As George crouched down to pick up the bottle, the lamp, loosened by his throw, fell right at that moment. He covered his head with both hands but wasn't hurt. His new wife had shielded him. From that moment on, their fates were completely altered. In George's world, no woman had ever been willing to sacrifice for him. George rushed Judy to the hospital. Judy showed no expression, as if she felt no pain at all, while George, waiting outside, was the one feeling anxious. On the way back, George scolded her, saying she was only in a fake marriage for a salary and didn't need to make such a big sacrifice. Judy told him company policy dictated that if a new husband had an accident within a week of marriage, her performance review would suffer. Perhaps breaking through this awkwardness, George stopped resenting the wife his ex had arranged for him and even saved Judy's number in his phone. Because they were strangers to each other, they could talk without any psychological burden. George admitted that he had grown up hearing his father beat his mother. The lamp in their house would sway violently with each hit, which was why he hated hanging lamps. He was willing to open up because Judy's company had rules requiring confidentiality about clients' personal matters. Amy, on the other hand, was having a great time, engaging in various activities with young men every day. Suddenly, she received an urgent notification. Meanwhile, George was asleep on the sofa, and Judy was gently tending to his wounds. Seeing Amy was calling, Judy answered to avoid waking George, explaining that he was asleep. Amy found this hard to believe but simply relayed the message. George's father's hospital had called. He had nearly died but had been resuscitated. Judy again stated that George was asleep. Amy sarcastically asked how many sleeping pills George had taken. When Judy replied that George had fallen asleep naturally, Amy felt a sense of unease.